Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to MPRS Shipping and Logistics presents Global Freight Forum, Tuticorin 2025, powered by Win Asia Maritime in association with Dakshin Bharat Gateway Terminal, co-presented by Indian Oil Corporation, hosted by VOC Port Authority and organized by India Sea Trade and FIEO. So let's get started with the last and final session of the evening. Like I said, the topic is the challenges in expanding the port's capacity. And to debate on this topic, I would like to invite our esteemed dignitaries on stage. With a loud round of applause, I'd like to invite Mr. Jeyanth Thomas, Senior General Manager, Chakiat Agencies Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, a loud round of applause for him, please. We have Mr. Gopi, Mr. Petchiappan Gopi, in charge of rail business at our the corporate office. May I request Mr. Gopi to kindly come on stage. Mr. M. Anbukani, Managing Director, Penguin Apparels Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, with a loud round of applause, let's welcome him on stage. Miss Iswarya Sankaralingam, Director, PSS Krishnamurthi Exports Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome her on stage with a loud round of applause. Mr. Senthilkumar Subramaniam, CEO, Dakshin Bharat Gateway Terminal. Let's welcome him on stage. Mr. Rajesh Soundararajan, IAS, Deputy Chairman, VOC Port Authority. May I welcome you on stage, sir? And ladies and gentlemen, to moderate this panel discussion, we have with us Mr. David Raja, Senior Vice President, St. John Freight Systems, a global corporate logistics company, here today. Mr. Raja brings with him more than 3 decades of experience from various sectors of logistics and maritime operations. He served as Vice President of National Association of Container Freight Stations, All India, for 4 years, and Tuticorin CFS Association for 10 long years. Executive Committee member of Tuticorin Steamer Agents Association, convener of Confederation of Indian Industry Logistics Panel, Tuticorin, also served as Board of Director in VOC Port, Tuticorin for the period 2013 to 15. Currently, he is a Senior Vice President at St. John Freight Systems Limited, heading the company's sales, marketing, and administration. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our moderator of the session, Mr. David Raja. Over to you, sir. The floor is all yours.
Thank you for your introduction. I am very much honored and privileged to be a moderator for this elite panel. And the panel is expected to debate or discuss one of the finest subjects, which is the need of the hour for our industry, especially Tuticorin. This is the time when the Arabian Sea is not doing well, rough sea. There was accidents in the Arabian Sea. We have the great leader, our chairman, who is also a marketing manager. You would have seen how much thrive he has shown to all of us. He is taking all his efforts to take the sport to the next level. We also have our deputy chairman with us in this panel, which is a very apt for us. We can also get a clear what exactly the port is expected to handle, what are all the port's intention or planning to increase the capacity and all. So, with that background, with this subject, as a moderator, I would like to just give an introductory on why we need a capacity increase in this port. Tuticorin, a prominent industrial and port city in Tamil Nadu, is emerging as a strategic destination for large scale, ultra mega industrial projects. The growth trajectory has been catalyzed by the proactive initiative of the Tamil Nadu government, industrial policy through SIPCOT's creation of extensive land banks across Tuticorin region. While that city has traditionally been known for its established sectors such as trading, seafood processing, and salt-based industries, as well as the long-standing industrial units like SPIC, TAC, and DCW, it is now evolving into a diversified industrial hub. Recent developments include the grounding of major projects such as electric vehicle, original equipment manufacturers, and furniture manufacturing units. The establishment of an EV OEM is expected to catalyze the development of comprehensive supply chain ecosystem comprising Tier 1 and Tier 2 component suppliers. The industrial expansion is also projected to generate significant employment opportunities and may lead to reverse migration from metropolitan centers such as Chennai, Coimbatore, and Hosur to Tuticorin, further driving socio-economic development in the region. VOC Port, already designed as a green hydrogen hub, has attracted major players such as ACME and Sibocop, both of which have secured land parcels and are nearing the commencement of the construction activities. Commercial operation and output from these projects are anticipated by 2028. To support this accelerated industrialization, SIPCOT is expanding its land bank portfolio beyond the existing Phase 1 and Phase 2 zones or areas such as Allikulam, Vaipar, Vembar, and Terku Veerabandiyapuram. The Tamil Nadu government is also actively engaging with industrial across various sectors, including tire and glass manufacturing, solar photo PV production, man-made fiber-based textile industry. The most important thing is space research organizations, non-leather footwear manufacturing, and wind turbine and blade production. Many of these projects are expected to be grounded in the near future, making a new era of industrial and economic development for Thoothukudi and its surrounding region. Under this background, I think we could see a tremendous growth across Tuticorin region. Then it comes, all the industrial growth depends upon the port development. So the relevant subject is how the port is going to support. Sir, Deputy Chairman, sir, I would like to put forth a relevant question to you, where you can give your output to this audience gathering. Sir, with the trade growing at a rapid pace, how is VOC Port gearing up to meet the capacity needs of the EXIM community, sir?
Thanks to the moderator for this evening session, and my regards and wishes to all distinguished invitees today for this program, and also my fellow panelists of this session. Our port capacity, when it comes to the question of capacity, so there's a twofold question to it. How best to utilize the existing capacity you have, and also to find out the needs of the trade and to add to the capacity what you have. So we are guided by these two questions, and we put measures to ensure that to make the best utilization of the capacity what we have, and also to ensure that, to find out the needs of the hour and then come up with projects and other schemes to ensure that we add to our capacity as per the needs of the trade. As you know, our Outer Harbour project, which is aimed at a dramatic capacity enhancement of our port, that is in the offing now, and it is in the final stages of shaping up, and anytime soon this work for the Outer Harbour project can commence, and once that is done, there will be a manifold increase in the capacity of our port, and by which we'll be able to bring in vessels of more draft and more beam length and the more volume as such. And apart from that, our immediate concern and our immediate focus is on the mouth widening, and we are in the process of finalizing the steps for that, and within a few months time we should be able to complete our mouth widening. So once our mouth widening is done from the existing 150 to 230 meters, so we'll be able to bring in vessels with more ease and slightly larger vessels too. And recently we have commenced our NCB 3 berth, Northern Cargo 3 berth, and of which the mechanization also has started, and the mechanization project has started, and maybe within 18 months time the mechanization of that NCB 3 cargo berth also will be completed. And our berth number 10, we have the tender has been finalized, and the work is being awarded now, and within a few months time, berth number 10, which will be a multi-purpose berth, that also will be ready with the berth number 10. And subsequently we will also be simultaneously, we are planning for deepening of the inner harbour, strengthening and deepening of berth number 7, and also our VOC berth number 3 and 4. So all these projects are in the offing. A lot of things are getting completed, a lot of things are getting initialized. So capacity wise, we already have a good capacity, and my request to the trade is to make the best use of this capacity and saturate us and ask us for more capacity. We are ready to add more capacity. Only thing is that you please saturate us, and then so that we become, it becomes difficult for us to manage the capacity and then manage the trade. So that's what we are looking at. And talking from a slightly futuristic point of view, our port has already been selected as one of the destination ports in the green shipping corridor. And it's an international green shipping corridor. So talks are already on, so that our port is one of the destination ports in shipping corridors like from Rotterdam to Singapore, and Tuticorin also will fall in that shipping corridor as one of the spots in that. And also simultaneously we have also been selected to be a part of the green fuel corridor, because both green shipping and green fuel corridor, it complements each other, and we are trying to be an early mover in the green fuel corridor, so that when you are there in the green fuel corridor, that automatically puts you on the green shipping corridor. So it complements it. So that's what we are trying. So, and we have given a lot of land to this companies which are planning to produce green ammonia, and by the year 2029-30, around 2 million tons of green ammonia production will start. And we have also completed our green hydrogen plant. It's a pilot project, but still all these projects are aimed at creating an ecosystem which will facilitate the trade. That may not be our core business, but we want to create this ecosystem where it will facilitate the players to come into that. So these are all some of the things what our port is already looking at, and we are always in constant assessment as to what is the needs of the trade, and accordingly whatever especially from the capacity side, whatever has to be done, from the infrastructure and the equipment side, whatever has to be done, we always try to do our best as far as that is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot for the commitment you have given to the trade. Sir, yes, Mr. Kumar of Tirupur Exporters Association has rightly pointed out that textile is growing and our bread and butter is textiles. Tuticorin bread and butter is textiles. We are almost doing about 65 to 70% of the textile allied products through Tuticorin port. And Mr. Kumar has projected that this volume is expected to grow because of the lot of FTAs in the pipeline. Under these circumstances, we are very confident that under our chairman leadership with deputy chairman's support, the outer harbour is our dream project. If the outer harbour is coming as per the chairman's commitment of 3 months' time, this is the game changer for Tuticorin port, sir. And I'm sure I'm also privileged to have Mr. Anbukani, who is the finest exporter of the finest apparels to US and UK, also will endorse in his comments. So under these circumstances, I think we are much awaited that the long awaited the outer harbour will be visible, and we are expecting the 2 kilometers berth with 16 meters draft will come, and we are going to see, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And today scenario, sir, with the growing trend of the port, with the growing trend of the trade, there always be a part that comparative to the China and all others, that we have to reduce the logistics cost. With that point in mind, I would like to put forth another question to our respected Deputy Chairman. What are some of the unique initiatives taken by the Port Authority to ensure that the port is congestion-free and business-friendly?
In this regard, I would first like to highlight the recent the direct port entry DP facility what we have started, which has received a very good response from all the stakeholders from the trade. And with that, almost now we are getting around 2,300 TUs. It's being handled from the DP. And this has reduced the inconvenience and hassle for many of our users, and wherein people can just come just before the vessel sailing, even just 2 hours before that, containers can be brought in, and then without any inconvenience that can be taken care of. And simultaneously, there are some infrastructure work going on in the DP terminal, and once that is done, we can easily handle around more than 5,000 TUs every month. So I would request the trade to make use of this DP facility, what we have put in place. And apart from that, a lot of road widening works are going on in the port as well, to ensure that there's seamless movement and there is no congestion in the port. And we are also doing gate automation with the RDF facility. So once that is done, that will further ease the congestion, because there will be a systematic management at the gates. And even other day, I, along with our traffic people, we were there on the site, and we just found ways and means how to make it more congestion free, especially at the green gate, that is the main gate. So that also we are doing. And apart from this, we have other projects in pipeline as well, to ensure that the movement within the port, towards the port, and even outside the port, so that is taken care of, so that the business and the users, they don't face much of inconvenience. And mainly whatever the trade wants. So even in the recent past, we have given a lot of concessions to the trade, and we are open to giving concessions as long as it becomes a win-win situation. We don't want to tax on the users. We don't want to say not be say, close to their needs and demands. So we are open to the demands of the trade, and we have been giving a lot of, a slew of concessions of late, as you will be knowing. I don't want to go into each and every minute details of it. But the point being that we are open to giving concessions to the trade, and so that it becomes a win-win situation for both the trade and for the port. So we are always in the constant pursuit of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. And it's a clear indication that the port and customs are aligning hand in hand and making some of the uniqueness to the trade. And
yeah, just adding to that, and all the other organizations, the stakeholder organizations like the customs, the PHO and others also. So we ensure that all of them, they work in tandem with each other. So there is no unnecessary delays or any inconvenience on the port users. So that also we try to do.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And even to open the DPE, the board of director of the IT from the CBSE has come down, and he opened this DPE, and it became a success story for Tuticorin, sir. And thank you very much, and thanks a lot for all the initiative you are taken from the port side, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Senthil, you are the masterpiece of Tuticorin trade to grow, and you did the best, and
thank you.
You have also performed under that circumstances. Being a CEO of a terminal, and with the trade is going at multifold, local trade is expected to grow. Under these circumstances, I would like to put forth few questions from your side.
Please, sir.
Yes. How are terminals like DBGT coping up with the demand following the closure of one of the container terminals at VOC port?
Yes, sir. Noted the question. Good evening to everyone. First of all, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation and thanks to India Sea Trade for organizing such a big event for the first time in Tuticorin. Thank you very much, Mr. Sudhir and his team. Thanks a lot for this initiative. I hope this will continue every year. And with that note, let me get into the question first. So, before answering this, I will give you some, again, scenario, what's happening today in terms of the containerized volume growth happening in southern part of India. So you all know that there are 14 terminals here operating in southern part of India. And in the year 2025, there are 3 terminals has been added up. One is TICT from Tuticorin. Vizhinjam has come in to South India to take away some share of South Indian market. And then Gangavaram port. So together with these 3, there are now 14 terminals. Now if you analyze the South Indian terminal volume happened so far year to date, Jan to April, which is something around 2.8 million TEUs together handled by all entire 14 terminals. And if you take the growth rate, which is almost phenomenal, 22%. Last year for the same period, it was 2.3 million, whereas this year it has become 2.8 millions. But then who has contributed this growth? If you see, the major contributor for this volume is given by Vizhinjam, which is, again, if you divide the kind of trade, one is transshipment oriented trade, another is gateway trade. So the contribution has come from Vizhinjam in terms of transshipment trade, because among the 14 terminals, no other terminal have the major capacity to handle transshipment boxes. And the Vizhinjam gain, I am looking at the losers are, because of Vizhinjam, immediate effect is Vizag. Vizag, if you analyze, they have lost about 25% year-to-date comparison. And then Cochin has lost 7% because last year they managed to handle few transshipment boxes, which has been now taken away by Vizhinjam. So it is, for Tuticorin, nothing. It is no gain, no loss. Now, Chennai, if you analyze all the 4 terminals, two terminals has done reasonably, even exceeding expectation, which are PSA run terminal as well as DP World. They have grown beyond 20%. And unfortunately, I don't know, this Ennur and Kattupalli run by Adani, they are into negative terms. So now this is the broad picture. Now I am coming to Tuticorin. If you look at Tuticorin volume, sir, for the year 2025, we also grown only by 5%. It's a fact, 5%. If you compare our volumes, which is 3.5 lakhs year to date, I am talking about together with PSA, Baxi and DBGT, which is around 3.5 lakhs this year, compared to last year it was 3.2 for the same period. And again, if you divide Exim and Coastal, Coastal again we are losing year on year, whereas Exim we are growing by about 6 to 7%. So we are today surviving because of the organic growth. Now, coming to the point of why this is happening. For the gateway volume, the challenge today is all the transshipment ports are getting congested. We are the best and most efficient port in the region with no reason for Tuticorin. The previous session also people are saying, no, our boxes are getting stuck here because of inefficiency of some other location, not because of Tuticorin. They got stuck and we have relied so much on transshipment terminals in other region, and boxes are being held up here, end up paying more store rent, all these things are happening. This is the challenge for gateway port. Now, if you take transshipment volume, are we ready to handle transshipment volume? Now, PSA Sikal is not there, so the total volume, the capacity available for today, Tuticorin is 1.6 million. We are 0.6 DBGT, 0.6 JM Baxi, 0.4 PSA Sikal. Now the 0.4 million TEU has been closed, and 0.6 million and 0.6 together, we can operate 1.2 million. And today the volume available in the market is 800,000 TEUs. And you can consider an organic growth. Tuticorin trade traditionally go by organic growth of 8%. I can say that in another 4 years' time, both terminals will become full. So now the next question is, are we ready? Either a gateway boat is available, terminal is available here, or to handle the transshipment. Do we have a proper transshipment terminal in place today? I don't think, no. It's not there. So now this is the challenges upfront, I can say. And today the entire geopolitical tension is happening all around the world, starting from certain things are doing in favor of Tuticorin. For example, Bangladesh crisis contributing more for Tripur, so garments slightly improvement, that is a gain for Tuticorin. Whereas on the negative side, if you look at India-Pakistan, what is that? Operation Sindoor happened. Now Colombo and other transshipment hubs are completely congested. Now our feeder operators are not given much priority. So now that is the reason why even though the gateway volumes are there, but they got stuck somewhere in these locations. So all these things has to be, again, we'll have to analyze properly, and then I think we'll have to move on. Otherwise, we are the best port. We are never affected by any of the geopolitical tension or even weather-related issues. But then what happened? We are still somewhere lacking. That's what I feel. But otherwise, people are now looking at taking seriously Tuticorin. So our first duty should be, in my opinion, we'll have to ensure that 4 million, the 0.4 million TEUs, which is the gap still there, we'll have to work to get the captive cargo volumes. Now there is a potential for now increased captive cargo available today in Tuticorin region. Windfast is coming up, Tata Solar is there, but we'll have to take full potential. That's what I am saying. Even to get the Windfast volumes, there are some challenges that has been thrown. People are saying it cannot be imported via Tuticorin. The policy matter, that is on the front macro level. And on the second level, they are asking for a best warehousing facility. That is not there. And the third part is freight rates. Since we don't have a direct mainline call, their imports are coming directly from China and Vietnam. And we don't have a mainline service, and the phase 1 planning of this automotive space, they are planning via Chennai. I don't know, which is totally unfair and should not be even allowed also. That way I would say. It won't happen. It won't happen, sir. It should not. Because now we have another 0.4 million tube gap. So we'll have to ensure that this has been filled up first. Then parallelly we will have to develop others, sir. Now you clearly said PSSC call is going to, now you are going to strengthen the berth, improve the draft, but then it will take another 2 years' time. So everything has to be done in a much faster way, sir. To survive, the port should not look at like, let the volume come, then we will create the facility. No, it should be other way around. Let us create the facility first and then look for volume. See, now we lost so much of good opportunities. I am talking about transshipment side. So many transshipment opportunities has been lost in the last, I would say, 10, 12 years, sir. Now, Vizhinjam is full, Colombo is full, and people are, with the vessel, they are looking at where to go. Now, if we would have been ready, it's all a lost opportunity. So, I think, with that note, I think let me move forward to the second question.
Thank you, Mr. Senthil. A good note for us as well as our Tuticorin trade that because of Vizhinjam, Tuticorin has not affected. Thank you. And we will not be giving our cargo to neighboring ports. Definitely it is not. We will be the strongest port which is being endorsed by all the panelists previously, including the opening remark by the scholars. So with that, yes, Mr. Senthil, I totally agree with you. Maybe I will also be in the same field for more than 25 years. Yes, the seventh berth is a very big lesson for all of us. The seventh berth, when it comes containerized, the volume picks up. When the volume picks up, they are unable to handle. They started restriction which moved our cargo to the neighboring ports. So I totally agree, and we are all, let us all wait for our port's initiative of making our outer harbor in place. That will be a solution, because that's why in my opening remark I have said in another 4 or 5 years is going to be capex cargo is expected to flow in. And I also had a discussion with the industrial high officials of Tamil Nadu government, and they say the textiles that is called the textile park which is expected to come into our region is at a huge level because of the China Plus. So there are so many people who are expected to come in. So if the import started coming in, whether the port is capable of handling that much capacity. So let us not, repeat seventh berth story again. I totally agree. Let us work on that. I think this forum is a very productive forum, and let us add our view to the concern. And I am sure the second, when the port floated the tender, I think there are investors in a queue to come into Tuticorin, sir. Thank you very much. And I would go with the second question. Senthil? From the terminal operator perspective, how can extra capacity be created with the existing design parameters? I think you have covered in the first question itself, but I have designed a specific word with the existing designing parameters. From as a CEO of the terminal, what is your opinion?
See, existing design parameters, that's what I said, capacity today available is 1.2 meters, 2 million tubes, which is already there. PSAC call anyway, they are doing only multiple cargo, not containers. So now, I don't know, now chairman, deputy chairman says they will commence the strengthening as well as privatization of again, tendering of PSAC call in a year's time. So within a year, I don't see any threat as far as gateway volumes. Gateway volumes, we can continue to handle both the terminals in a very, very smoother fashion. Because DBGT we can say that 20% can be added in their existing capacity, same way for Baxi also. So 7.7 million, 0.7 million, 1.4 million TEUs we can handle temporarily. But then the moment, as I said, transshipment volume, which is the hot cake today available in front of us. But if you ask today whether Tuticorin is ready to handle transshipment volumes, I don't think it is possible. See, because you need a larger draft, number one. We have only 14.2, which is not acceptable for mainline vessels. They are requesting for requiring 15.5 meters draft. That is number one. Then the backup area. Now ours is only 6 hectares, both Baxi, and we are already utilizing, our utilization levels are something around 60 to 70%. So if you engage a transshipment volume into that gateway, that will disturb the gateway flow also. So then we'll have to get into some agreement with the port in taking away a few yard space available within the port. But then that kind of investment, slightly on the higher side, because we need to engage more trailers, we need to engage sort of a restacker, because these are all ready-made solutions to handle transshipment. Then as a terminal, we'll have to invest more on these areas, and by the time the problem will be resolved and the volume will go back to the original locations. So that is a challenge. Yeah. I think I answered your question.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we are very thankful, Mr. Senthil. You have had a very open remarks and a practical remarks. What should be done? Thank you very much. Mr. Anbukani, sir, we want to get your opinion, sir, your thought process. Is Tuticorin will served by the shipping lines in terms of services? Because you are an exporter, you are sending one of the time very sensitive cargo with the time-bound manner. You are 100% following your supply chain. You are also controlling your shelf management at Tuticorin, at your production capacity. So, under these circumstances, I put forth these questions to you, sir.
Good evening, sir. First, I would like to thank the organizers of this event. It's a wonderful event which is really required for the development of the industry. And I would like to particularly thank FIO, Mr. Uni, for inviting me for this session today. And I thank Mr. David Raja, moderator of this session. First I would like to touch base regarding the economical progress of the southern part of Tamil Nadu. I would appeal to the panelists here and the industrial colleagues here who are present. See, Tuticorin port is going to be the backbone of the industrial progress for the economical development of the southern part of Tamil Nadu. If you see, Tamil Nadu has done progressively well in terms of industrial growth, but all the industries are located either in Chennai or in towards Hosur or Coimbatore, whereas down south we have not seen much progress. And if you see a lot of talented people graduating out of the universities here, they are all migrating towards Bangalore or Chennai, and this is not good for the development growth of the region. And especially when we wanted to, as you may all know that, we are first generation entrepreneur industry. We are situated in Madurai. We want to, when 1991 we wanted to set up the factory here in Madurai, everyone suggested set it up in Bangalore or Chennai, but we strongly took a decision that we have to start it here in Madurai, and we have to give back something to the society of Madurai. So this is the reason we started the factory here, and I want the industrial development progress to happen here, and of course the government of Tamil Nadu and government of India are all, aligning the policies towards development of the southern part of Tamil Nadu. But Tuticorin port, development of Tuticorin port will pave a lot in terms of this efforts. And this Madurai Tuticorin, Trichy Tuticorin industrial corridor, which is going to come up, because this is going to be the hub, manufacturing hub for the future. Southern part of Tamil Nadu is going to be the because we have all the resources in terms of land, ecological systems, manpower, and all the infrastructure. So, but still, why the industries are not coming up here? It's still a $1 million question. Of course, we started in Madurai, and then we have been patronizing the port of Tuticorin since our inception. And when we used to have the quota regime until 2005, in fact, Tuticorin port helped us to, utilize the quota, annual allocation of quota to the last hour of the working. In fact, when the quota system, the vessel should sail out of the Indian waters before 31st December midnight. And we used to have productions happening in the factory till the evening of 31st December, still connecting the vessel and getting the goods sailed out of Indian waters before the midnight. Such an efficient port, I would say, and I'm a very strong supporter of Tuticorin port. In fact, when we are doing a big business with Ralph Lauren, and of course, initially when we proposed Tuticorin port to Ralph Lauren, there were a lot of resistance from them because they said the freight portion is going to be high and the transit is going to be high from Tuticorin. But we proved to them that, we collected all the data through your help, and then we got those data and now for all the East Coast to US, they are using Tuticorin port, which is the major, but then all the other parts of, Asian, East Asia exports, they are still insisting on Chennai, because Chennai, they are offering quicker transit time to Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Thailand and other places. Still, from Tuticorin, we are not able to offer efficient, transit time to these destinations. What I want to tell you is, yes, all the liners, shipping liners are offering services here. The only lacuna what we have is, if we can make this port, the USP of this port, something, different from others, from other ports, then we can bring in a lot of business through Tuticorin. Like, bringing the mother vessels here will add up a lot of thing in terms of transit time. And, why we have to support Colombo, when we have all the resources and, infrastructure available within our own country. So this is my first concern, yes.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for patronizing our Tuticorin port since inception, maybe for 3 decades. Thank you, sir. And we are assuring you that with all the allied panels, with the Deputy Chairman also with us, we will continue to serve you with a good spirit, sir. Thank you, sir. And under these circumstances, I would also like to put forth another question relevant to what in your same subject, sir. In your view, how can capacity challenges be addressed at our port, sir?
I think, sir, Mr. Rajesh, he is the right person to address this from the Port Authority and the operators from Dakshin, Bharat. They are able to, answer this question very well. But as a from the consumer, as a user point of view, what we want is, as I said, some USP from other ports. Then automatically the customers, the end users will start insisting that ship it from Tuticorin, ship it from Tuticorin. When this comes, we'll be able to manage, and as they are all having a long-term plan in terms of development of this port, and definitely there is a good future for the port of Tuticorin. Only thing is we all have to, as policy Chamber of Commerce and FIU and whoever who are here, we have to do township development, sir. This is the this is also parallelly when we are urging the port authorities and the government to develop the port. At the same time, we have to develop the city, the infrastructure, township development, because when Tirupur, exporters who are aiming for biggest, long-term growth, the textile is going to be a major driver, at least for the next 15 years, because China has lost its competitiveness, and the industries, although we have competitors like Pakistan, Vietnam, Bangladesh, but in terms of size, they are very small, relatively small. Whereas we, from India, we have a huge infrastructure and huge setup. So we can aim for something bigger to happen here in the future, sir. I wish we have a lot of affectionate to this place, city of Tuticorin. I wish the industries to come up and the business to grow well through the expansion and the support of the port here in Tuticorin, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I just want to endorse what you say, that the ecosystem of the entire region should be developed, the township should be developed. One good thing has happened is right from the Tirunelveli Roundana till up to the port gate, we now have 6-way lanes, sir. The 6-way lane has opened. There are about 3 bridges also. There should not be any hindrances to the cargo traffic or container movement into the port, sir. It is the first step. We are visualizing that this is going to be the future for our port, because I have traveled across India. All other ports, they have infrastructure inside. Outside is completely chock-a-block.
Yes.
They have every challenge outside. But as far as Tuticorin port is concerned, VOC port is concerned, our outside infrastructure is 100%. We can reach just like that. We have 6-way lane leading to the port inside. As Deputy Chairman has said, they are taking complete steps to ease out the congestion even at the port, because the customs and the port authorities are aligning each other to ease out the process bottlenecks for the easy flow, sir. We assure you on behalf of the terminals, on behalf of the port, this port is will serve you better, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, Iswarya. I think Iswarya's introduction has already been elaborated in the opening session. So without giving because I know her very well, but without giving opening remarks, but in your speech, you have complimented the Tuticorin VOC port by saying the pillars of exports. I think I would like to endorse your views, because I've just gone through what is pillars of exports. It has ease of doing business, it has the competitiveness, etc., etc. And I'm sure this port is already ease of doing business. This is the cheapest port among all the 12 major ports. I have the record. So your caption is well addressed. It is the a correct caption you have given, that VOC port is the pillars of the exports. Yeah. Let me ask you a few questions, Iswarya. Because you have traveled across the globe, you have marketed your product, you have won your product to reach in all the countries. With that exposure, we want to get your thought process on the trade and aligning with the VOC report. In terms of cost of the trade, what is your view on the rates charged by the shipping lines running services from Tuticorin port?
All right, thank you, David sir. I know the topic of the panel is challenges, but as an exporter, as a client who uses the service of the port, I think the overall consensus in the trade is that exporters are relatively very happy with how cost effective it is to ship out of Tuticorin, and also how easy it is to work with the services that's being offered here. Very similar sentiment that was shared by Mr. Anbukani sir. And when we compare it with maybe the next set of bigger ports, say Chennai, Cochin, overall cost may be marginally, slightly cheaper, right, to ship out from there. But what we find is that someone who has a factory here in Tuticorin, our trucking costs, adds up. And we do a lot of products through Mundra as well. But if it's somebody who's doing big volumes, who's able to block rates, get better rates, then maybe trucking to Mundra makes sense. But for a relatively smaller exporter, shipping out of Tuticorin works very well, very comfortable, and overall a very positive, experience is what we have with the Tuticorin port. Talking about the global aspects, I feel past couple of years, things were, I feel, a little slow than what we would like it to be, but now we see that the demand is picking up again, and we see a lot of traction, and we're working towards it. But the thing is, the caveat here is that customers who were once ready to pay that extra buck have now become very price sensitive and price conscious. And any small saving that we can do for them, I think the onus falls on us exporters to kind of pass it on to our customers. So if we can be more cost effective, then yes, great, we're always for it. A personal anecdote that I wanted to share was, every time a customer, suppose a new product or a new season where we're shipping out something, customer asks for a rate. I don't say, I'll check the cost of the product in the market and I'll get back to you. I say, I'll check the freight rates and I'll get back to you. So there is a little bit of volatility, especially since COVID, it becomes cumbersome sometimes, but we have to do that because if we consider it as a small thing and, lose sight of it, we can be slowly eroding our margins away. And as a business owner, I don't think that's a good thing. So we are always, keeping track of all that. So as an exporter, talking about cost, since that's what the question you threw at me, what we expect is stable, predictable and transparent costing and pricing from the export fraternity. And I understand, there's a lot of factors that affect it. It's not probably what one person decides. It's a lot of things beyond our control, but things that can be managed. And if we do it well, and if we can, bring down our costs a little bit more, I think it'll be great for us. Yeah.
Thank you, Iswarya. You are right. We logistics providers also play a part of it. Comparative to China, yes, from double digit of logistics cost, we should bring down to single digit, which directly add value to you and you become the supplier to the world. Definitely, I totally agree, and it should happen, because that's why Government of India has promoted a separate division called Logistics Service in the Commerce Ministry, and they are microscope level and analyzing each and everything. And this is the birth of our DPE, DPD. A lot of things are implemented in India, And you are aware now, India is also moving towards the ease of doing ranking to the next level. So we are progressing, but definitely the geopolitical crisis is also pulling down to some extent because of the freight and volatility. But all said and done, we are with you, and the logistics costs should come down. In turn, our product should reach to the across the world shelf, which will be understood, which has been clear message to the trade. Thank you, Iswarya. Thanks a lot. And I have my friends, Mr. Gopi and Senthil is here. In their presence, I would like to ask you one question. Are you satisfied with the service level offered by the container terminals at VOC port?
I think, again, I'm here on a very positive note. Not playing it safe, but generally that is the, experience and, shared across exporters of Tuticorin and the nearby hinterlands. So we've had experiences where we've had to ship out of Chennai, out of Mundra. Having worked across different ports, we still feel that Tuticorin is the best port so far that we worked out of. Yeah, that is true. So, quicker. I did not plant them in the audience, no. It's true. So, the reason why I say that is because a couple of things. One, we find that the time to process, like from getting our cargo in to having it shipped out, we're finding it that it's the time taken for processing is very, very quick, very efficient, and compared to bigger ports, right? There's a lot of congestion issues. I think that is one of Tuticorin's biggest advantage, that we are able to have a quicker turnaround time. So that being said, concerns that we have, right? I'll talk about that as well. I think during COVID times we had equipment shortage, people were scrambling to find containers. But I think that's all kind of settled down and things are okay. Initiatives, digital initiatives have come in, with the help of customs, faceless assessments. So all of that I see as a very positive sign towards, in the right direction. But concerns that I genuinely have as an exporter, who's predominantly dependent on the Tuticorin port, is that we are very dependent on other transshipment hub, right? Very affected by, any, a labor strike in Colombo, we are affected by it, right? So things like that. It also adds to the cost and the transit time. Madurai, for example, a lot of agro products come out of it. It's very time sensitive. Textile, again, very time sensitive. But, not having that transshipment option, and a mother vessel calling, does add up to it. And part of CII and other local, associations like Chamber of Commerce, for many, many years, even my father, he's represented multiple times that we need, the Outer Harbour project to get going, so much representation from the body. But we do see that there are delays and there are a lot of, hiccups along the way. So as an exporter, we do wonder, when will this come to fruition and when will it be executed? Because it is the need of the hour, I think. I agree with Mr. Senthilkumar when he said that we can't expect volume and then build capacity. We have to bring in the infrastructure and things will fall into place. I definitely believe that. In business, something that my dad has taught me always was that, never be comfortable, never be complacent. The minute you get too comfortable with where you are, there's always a new guy who's going to come with fancier technology, much better equipments to, replace you. So we should always be looking out for growth opportunities, reinvesting and getting better at where we are. So in terms of service, sir, I think overall we're really in a good place, but there's definitely things that we can do better and improve. Yeah, thank you.
Iswarya, well taken. I think your message is well understood. Yes, you have exposed, you have also taught us how to market. Thank you. Thank you, Aishwarya. Thanks a lot. Now, our new terminal, Baxi, Mr. Gopi, he was heading a manufacturing company and then heading All India Logistics Company, and now he is also in charge for Baxi Rail Network, and he is also additionally taking care of the new terminal TICT. Mr. Gopi, with your experience, and you are a born baby now, with that background, I would like to put forth a few questions from your thought process. Mr. Gopi, as a terminal, new terminal, how are you positioning the terminal to ensure that EXIM trade flows are smooth?
First of all, thank you to all. Good evening, and thank you to Sea Trade and FIO for arranging this wonderful event. David sir, it's a great question. To ensuring the smooth trade flow, EXIM trade flow to port. Definitely, it is important is first we would like to say that port infrastructure, terminal infrastructure is important. So we have excellent infrastructure recently we have developed, which is having 370 meter berth and 14.2 meter draft is available, and 6,500 TEUs capacity available, and per year we can able to handle 0.6 million TEUs. And we have 3 queue crane, electrified queue crane, which can handle the larger ships also. And I can say that it is a 58 meter reach air draft is available. And 9 RTG, which is electrified one. Coming to our performance, our cross crane rate almost 28 TEUs per hour, and our turnaround time below 30 minutes, average I am saying. So come directly to your answer. Sir, we are always prioritizing the vessel berthing to ensure the speedy operation, one. And we are ensuring the turnaround time, that means truck turnaround time below 30 minutes. That is, we are keep on tracking. That's our digital, leveraging digitals. So it is not only for the reducing the paperwork. So we are implementing something different also, including safety of the terminal. So I would like to say our gate complexes is manless gate complex. In India, I believe that this is the first one. There is no human inside. That operation will happen from our office only. The driver can come there. The driver and the vehicle can be viewed by the camera, and they can give all the scanning method. They will give the gate challan. Then based on that, they can take a print. When they are giving print, then they can take a printout from the gate and they can go inside. Second, that same gate complex having a AI driven camera. That is, make sure that anybody is going nearby the vehicle, that AI camera identify that is a human, it will give alarm that you are in a dangerous zone. So that is why these not only digitalization means it's not only paperless, it is in a different way also we are working on the same. And we are having a very good stakeholder management with shipping line, port and other association. For any process to be implemented, we are implementing very fast. And we are implementing the good practices. That is the very important thing. I would like to say some time I will take more. So as a JMXC group, we have 8 sea container terminal, 2 multi-purpose container terminal, and 2 ICDs, 2 CFS, and we are running 30 containers pan India. So every month, every business unit manager is having a forum and discussing to understand what are the good things happen, what went wrong, and what is the solution they find out. That how can we implement into the other terminal. So this way we are making sure that that process we are implementing into the new our terminal, and the processes are getting improvement. It is every process can improve day by day, that is we are improving. And lastly, I would like to say, we have a excellent and efficient team that is ready to handle any situation. So this is my answer, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gopi, and it's a positive news, and we will also take it that Tuticorin Port from 8 lakhs, we are going to touch 1 million with all your infrastructure by 25-26. We hope that with your support, with your infrastructure, with all the AI-driven machines in place, with the word I have used, they are smooth. With that smooth, we will cross 1 million TEUs. Thank you, Gopi. Thanks a lot. And I would also like to put forth another question to you. Do you think Tuticorin Port needs more container terminals in the short, medium term?
It is clear this question is short and medium. So definitely yes. Sir, I would say that last 3 months and I am roaming into nearby Tuticorin to understand and how big industries are coming. So based on that, I would like to say that yes, definitely before 2028, we need one more terminal. But at the same time, I would like to say something, different thought process also, sir. We are dependent on feeder vessel. So here, Iswarya madam also said that we are not connecting mother vessel, we are facing challenges. Sir also saying, Anbukani sir also saying that if it is a mother vessel available, it is easy. So we are dependent on feeder vessel. So these feeder vessel, when we can achieve, that means DBJT and DICT together, we can easily achieve the 1.2 million capacity terminal within 2028 with the local cargo. I am telling with the local cargo. But we are losing almost 25% of the hinterland cargo to Chennai and Nhava Sheva. It is going. So that we are not considering. If that we consider, almost we will reach 1 lakh TEUs. So only 20,000 TEUs is pending. So that can be easily achieved within a year. I am telling 2028 I want short term, but I am telling before that we can achieve if that diverted the hinterland volume. So how we can approach this situation? Because you said that I was from the manufacturing. So when I was in ATC tire, we have clearly thought wherever we put a manufacturing plant, nearby mother vessel operation is required. So as of now, any manufacturing industry is going to come, they will first start logistics cost. That is a recurring cost, sir. Balance everything is an input cost, but the recurring cost is logistics. It should be lesser. So they will think logistics cost, how we can able to minimize the freight and the transit time and serving to the customer overseas. So customer always, new infrastructure when it going to come, they will think first before put the plant, they will check mother vessel. Here we don't have a mother vessel as of now. And hinterland cargo we are losing. So my suggestion, it is my personal suggestion, sir. If we look on to the increasing our existing container terminal 15.5 meter, we can immediately invite the 20-25% of cargo which is going to Chennai and Mumbai, we can divert to here. Mother vessel immediately will come because every shipping line want you bring the cargo, I will be able to crew the mother vessel. So that cargo we can divert automatically, that mother vessel will get filled. Second, new investor when we are inviting to any forum, we can tell Tuticorin is having a mother vessel. They will immediately invite. Within a year, our both terminal capacity will get increased, that means fulfilled. Then, new investor will think about that. It will justifying to them, they have a sustainable business in long-term basis in Tuticorin. So that's why short-term and long-term, I'm saying that we have to work on this way, sir. Thank you.
Very nice, Mr. Gopi. I think your thought process is well taken. I think you have come to the point. It's been understood clearly, and I think our Deputy Chairman is also getting all your views. It will be actioned. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gopi. Mr. Jeyanth, I think you did a lot of studies only in Tuticorin region. You have also suggested lot of good things to happen in all the forums. In this forum, considering the existing capacity and also the growth prospects of the trade, from Jayanth's perspective, I would like to put forth a few questions. I'm sure Mr. Jeyanth can deliver fruitful results and solutions to the trade. Mr. Jeyanth, the first point, is VOC Port Authority supportive of shipping lines using the port?
David sir, please permit me 2 minutes to talk about the general, and then I will come to the specific answer.
Please.
Generally, Tuticorin, whenever we hear in the forums, we are classified as feeder port. We have, in fact, we have an excellent feeder network, but please do not categorize as a feeder port, because if you see the history, in 2001, we were the first South Indian port, starting from, you take Marmagawa to Vizag, we were the only South Indian port to have a direct weekly US service, and then it was not an ad hoc call, it was a published, scheduled, which was running for about 3-4, and the name of the service is Indemex. Then we had Europe service, then we had Red Sea service, then we had China service, and so we have had all the mainline services to almost all the sectors, and today we are a feeder port because we have a capacity constraint, but we will not remain as a feeder port for longer. We will jump back, and then we will become a regular gateway port, and we would fulfill the needs of all the export and import exporters who would like to have a direct connection. Having said that, I see two different categories of ports. Normally we say transshipment port and then the gateway port. But I would see another combination where on one side we have a port which has an excellent seaside infrastructure but failing completely in the land side. And we have another port which has excellent land side infrastructure, starting from CFS, the roads, the rail network, warehouses, empty depots, and everything lined, but not having an adequate infrastructure in the berths. Now let us take Tuticorin and Vizhinjam for being a close port, closer ports. I thought I would take that as an example. We all have good news about Vizhinjam, that vessels up to 399 meter LOA is berthing, vessel with draft of about 18.5 meters is berthing, etc. It's all good. But if you carefully analyze, more than 300 ships have berthed there. Not one single container has gone inside as an export for loading, and one single container has come out of the port as import for delivery. So now, if you see carefully, we all, in the macro level, will be very happy. Yes, whatever transshipment we were doing at Colombo is now shifting to Vizhinjam. That's good on the macro level. We are saving the foreign exchange, the valuable foreign exchange. But when it comes to an exporter or importer, they want a direct connection, irrespective of whether it is through, it doesn't matter whether it is transshipped at an Indian port or a foreign port. Moment we are transshipping, we are adding at least 3 to 5 days additional transit time, and we are adding a feedering cost and a transshipment cost. Yes, of course, for any port we need an excellent feeder network. We appreciate that. But then the imbalances, one port having excellent seaside facility and not having the road or the rail connectivity, and the other side we have excellent ecosystem where we can keep accepting so much of cargo, but we don't have a place to take bigger vessels. That is the challenge here. And we really appreciate India Sea Trade for this wonderful title that has been given for this discussion, the challenges in expanding ports capacity. I am just mentioning that, I am slightly changing that, the challenges in expanding Tuticorin ports capacity. What are the challenges that we face? Of course, we have a wonderful chairman and a good team, and things are shaping up. But in today's in a global arena, moment we are talking about a port, the carriers are interested moment the LOA is more than 800 meters and the draft is more than 17 meters. So, when we have to move to that league, then we have to really go for the outer harbour with regard to Tuticorin. So the tender has been floated, and the moment when we go to a port, developing a port in the large scale, we will have a lot of investment which has to go for the breakwaters and the dredging. Now, if you take Vizhinjam, for the first phase of 800 meters, the total investment was 8,867.14 crores, out of which 6,352 has come from the state government and the central government, and the terminal operator has put 2,454 crores. So, it is a ratio of 71.65% from the government and 28.36 from the terminal operator. But if you take the Tuticorin, the initial tender that has been floated, the project cost was 7,056 crores, out of which the viability gap funding which the government has to give was capped at 1,900 crores, and the parameter on which the award was supposed to be given was who was going to quote the lowest VGF. So at any point, even if there is only one bidder, he can quote only a VGF, he can expect a VGF of only 1,900 crores, whereas in Vizhinjam it is 6,352. Where are we? So as Deputy Chairman and Chairman had previously told, the restructuring of the outer harbour tender is being done. Our humble suggestion is either you take the breakwater and the dredging into ports investment and allow the terminal operator to develop the berth, or else give a substantially viable viability gap funding so that they can have the better return on investment and it generate more interest. So, and our assurance is, sir, that with the way the things are happening with Winfast and the Tatas and then the Vikram Solar coming up, the whole ecosystem is changing. Oragadam is saturated, Sri Perumbudur is saturated, and Tamil Nadu government guidance is sending all industry down south in Tuticorin district, where they are already planning to acquire about 2,000 acres. So, and the moment you take any such industry like this, the scale is phenomenal. You take ATC, they do 40,000 TEUs, just one customer. Tata, they do another 40,000. Winfast, they are going to start, they are just going to roll out their first car by end of this month, and already their plan is to be 24,000 TEUs import alone per annum. So that is the scale. So you imagine another 5-10 industry coming down south, and we are closed. We won't have any capacity. So it's right time that we come up with the right plan, whatever maybe the inner harbour may be taken up to 15.5, but at the same time we need to have the outer harbour tender awarded soon with and that would take Tuticorin to the next level. So having said that, the platform for growth has been already well set in Tuticorin thanks to the leadership. every possible incentive to bring the main lines or improve the connectivity is being incentivized. We have a wonderful the incentive scheme announced by port, where according to the sectors, a huge percentage on the VRC is given as discount, and it is starting from the Chinese service, which is calling, already gets a discount of about 67% on the VRC. So the platform is well laid, and a couple of weeks back we had the chairman organize a brainstorming session. What else do Tuticorin need to nurture and come up to the adoption of more services, etc. So we told that when we compare the LOA and draft of other competing ports, Tuticorin is falling short on various parameters, LOA, draft, and the beam, and etc. But when we see the VRC structure, the VRC that the vessel operator has to pay to the port, we have a very high cost. But then it is given as discount. So we asked the chairman to consider straight away rationalize the cost. You give the scale of rates itself should be very competitive, so that any operator who wants to start need not fulfill 2 or 3 conditions to avail the VRC. So chairman told that the scale of rates is going to come up for revision in 2025 September. So he would take that forward. So almost all parameters are well set, and it is only matter of time Tuticorin comes to the next level and be a phenomenal gateway port for the South Indian manufacturers, and we are all looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jeyanth. As you said, Tamil Nadu to achieve $1 trillion, it is South Tamil Nadu only. Otherwise, there is no scope for 1 trillion to achieve, and it's a vision for Tamil Nadu. It's not political, it's the high-skilled people available in Tamil Nadu will achieve 1 trillion economy, 100%. And we will surpass by GDP collection, surpassing Maharashtra also. It will happen. We are now in a second position, and it will happen. It is fully understood, in order to achieve this 1 trillion economy, VOC port is the ultimate port to support this vision to come into force. Thank you, and you have covered almost all the points. I have only one question from Jeyanth's perspective, a crisp outcome from your thought process. Which are the areas that require improvements in VOC port?
I think, having clearly said, I think Iswarya brought a beautiful point that we should never be complacent. We are wonderful in terms of land side, but we should never be complacent, and we should address every aspect, that whether it is a filing of EGM or the drawback or the IGST refunds or whatever benefits, etc. I think the trade as custodians, as moral custodians, we need to ensure that we streamline the processes, and at the same time we should expect the port and the terminals to build up the capacity, so that then we can be formidable and no one can come closer to us. That's it.
Thank you, Jeyanth. You have crisply said that the entire ecosystem should be developed. It is not the port alone. Like Anbukani sir very clearly said, including the township should be developed. So that means the entire ecosystem. It is not if the foreign FDI to flow in, the first they are looking for the international school is whether the international school is available in the city or not. Whether the golf ground is available in the city or not. How many 5-star hotels are available in the city or not. Yes, we need to create an ecosystem completely in Tuticorin region to make Tuticorin region to prosper, and also to make our environment healthy. Thank you very much, and I am very much thankful to the panelists And I think we have spent a very good outcome of this, the forum. Thank you, Anbukani sir. Thank you, Iswarya, for all your thought process terminals. I am also very much thankful to our deputy chairman, who has also expressed a lot of positive information, positive hopes, positive declaration to the trade through this forum. Jeyanth sir, thank you. And thank you. You want?
Yeah, I want to say, sir, regarding earlier, Ms. Gayatri Madam also said that regarding the rail network, as well as the many of the our Coimbatore, Tirupur Trade Association also asked regarding the rail network. So that point of view, I want to give 2 minutes time, if you allow, I can able to speak, sir. Sir, earlier Concor made attempt of 2 times for arranging the rail network from Tuticorin to Tirupur. It was not sustainable. The reason is the either volume, both side, the rail network should go on both side laden, otherwise it is a not sustainable one. So such a cases, sir, as a trade and port, we should approach the ministry and Indian Railway to give some special price for the empty container movement and empty flat movement at least for 1 year. That will give some ecosystem will develop and customer, everyone will used to do into that the rail movement. That will help. Within a year, we will go on 100%. I am sure that 90 container laden, 90 container return will be happen. So in this case, sir, when the mother vessel comes, surely we need this network. Then only then we can able to give lot of facility to Tuticorin. Otherwise, we will be only on road. Then again, we will be struggling into the congestion. So this is my one of the request.
Thank you very much, Gopi. I think we have our chairman who has highly influenced with our railway board, and let us represent to our chairman to get it done, your suggestion. Thank you very much, and this session has come out all the challenges to become a positive one. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Excuse
so
me.
much.
Sorry, I have one question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
It's not a question but an observation. We spoke about Tuticorin port. That's the heart. Well, in these discussions, we didn't speak about the CFS, which are the kidneys and hands, their performance. That also indirectly affects the performance of the port. So 2 things is that one is the CFS charges have to be rationalized. Each CFS has its own charges. So that becomes very difficult for the importers and exporters, to decide or, to forecast the charges also. That's one thing. And second thing is, according to the logistics data bank, okay, the report published last year, that dwell time of CFS Tuticorin, that is 17 CFS in Tuticorin, the imports dwell time is 174 hours, whereas the exports dwell time is 25 hours. Whereas the industry best is JNPA with 34 CFS. The import dwell time is 83 hours, and exports, yes, Tuticorin is the best. So that is one aspect which you have to look into.
CFS rates, I think association has taken note of it, and they will put forth this in the next their EC meeting. With regard to your dwell time, we are fully aware, sir. Please be informed that we are not the people who handle the cargo as like JNPT. All our cargo or waste paper and timber logs. We are not handling machineries. All these are all cargo which lies here for minimum 15 days. Because the supply chain for them, they will take 15 days, free days. They will approach, importers will approach the banks to release the original BL only after 15 days. So that is the reason which also been our customs also fully aware of it, because unless and until we get our captive cargo, the captive cargo is the ultimate aim. It will go straight from the within that 2 days or 3 days. So we are hoping that that cargo also is expected to flow through Tuticorin, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Of course, there's a lot more to discuss. Hopefully, we can continue that over dinner. Thank you so much, dear panelists, for sharing your insights. And thank you, Mr. David Raja, for moderating the session. I would now like to request Mr. Tarun Banerjee, Vice President, North India, Win Asia Maritime Private Limited, to come on stage and present a memento to each of our panelists as a token of our gratitude and appreciation. Welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Tarun Banerjee with a loud round of applause. May I request Mr. Jeyanth to kindly step forward and receive the memento. Ladies and, yes, please take center stage. Please take center stage, gentlemen. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a loud round of applause. Mr. Jeyanth. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Petchiappan Gopi. May I request Mr. Gopi to now kindly step forward. We have with us Mr. Gopi, who is in charge of rail business, Baxi Group. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Gopi. Mr. M. Anbukani, may I request you to kindly step forward, sir. Managing Director, Penguin Apparels Private Limited, Mr. M. Anbukani. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Ms. Iswarya Sankaralingam, may I request you, ma'am, to kindly step forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's hunger calling right now, but we really need the applause going. May I please request you to keep the applause and the energy going. May I request Mr. Senthilkumar Subramaniam, CEO, Dakshin Bharat Gateway Terminal, to step forward and accept our memento. Thank you so much. Mr. Rajesh Soundararajan, IAS, Deputy Chairman, VOC Port Authority. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Thank you very much. And of course, last but definitely not the least, Mr. David Raja. For moderating this session, we have Mr. David Raja, Senior Vice President, St. John Freight Systems. Thank you so much, Mr. David Raja, for joining us and moderating the session. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our panel for the final discussion today. A loud round of applause as we wrap up all sessions for today. And now it's time to propose vote of thanks. To deliver vote of thanks, I would like to call up on stage Mr. K. Unnikrishnan, Joint Director General of Federation of Indian Export Organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him with a loud round of applause.
Very good evening to all of you. At the outset, let me take the privilege of proposing vote of thanks on behalf of India's Sea Trade and Federation of Indian Export Organizations. On the course of the day, we had the opportunity to deliberate some of the very crucial and most pressing issues and emerging trends in the freight and logistics ecosystem in this region, from shipping line cost, infrastructure, digitalization, sustainability, last mile connectivity. So many points we have discussed, which has been, make note of that, and we'll also take it forward and take it from various authorities to see that how these issues can be addressed. The discussions were not only enriching, but also forward-looking, reflecting the dynamism and resilience of our freight export community. Key insights emerged on the need of greater collaboration among stakeholders, investment in port infrastructure, enhanced policy supports to make Indian export globally competitive. The relevance of ports like Tuticorin is a critical and very important gateway for the trade, especially for the MSME exporters, which has been emphasized. I extend my sincere thanks to the esteemed dignitaries and of course the panelists who are really given a lot of insights on issues that all the three panels sessions. It was very interesting very informative, and it was very encouraging. And all our trade partners, industry experts who have shared their wisdom and experience. Your participation and inputs have added immense value to this event. My heartfelt thanks to the port authorities, customs, shipping lines, logistic associations, and all supporting agencies for their continued partnership. I also thank organizing team from SeaTrade, our industry collaborators and volunteers who worked tirelessly to ensure smooth conduct of this program. Last but not least, I thank all the participants, our exporting members, freight forwarders, logistic solution providers for their active involvement and commitment to build stronger ecosystems, and of course for Deepa for vibrating energy and engaging audience in this, which made us very interesting. The proceedings became very interesting. Let us carry forward these ideas and partnership, and which is forged today, and work together to make Indian logistics more efficient, sustainable, and globally aligned. Thank you once again, and wishing you all safe travel and continued success. Thank you.